Next passage is this. Let's quickly summarize the passage. What is actually doing here is telling us about how the urbanization process has speeded up, right? More than half of the people in the world are living in cities, and the cities are all across the world. All the cities are becoming like each other, and they are becoming very different from the urban areas, right? And this kind of a change is probably, we need to document it. Philosophers and sociologists have been able to study and give us documentation of this process. Historians probably should have also done it, right? But they have not contributed as much, right? Now, he also tells us about how, uh, you know, uh, politics is impacted by this rural-urban divide because it is used as a campaigning point. It is used as an election issue, right? So this is basically the impact of this growing urban divide. In the last paragraph, he tells us about how this this entire conflict, it is something which is not new. It is something which we have seen right from the past. He says it is not of recent vintage, right? So this is the passage. So each of the following is true about cities except. So the key here is we have to find something which is wrong. Now, we can look at every option also, but let's first understand what is wrong. Cities exert undue economic, political, and social power. In fact, in the passage, there are two problems with this. One word is this undue, right? Undue means inappropriate, what is wrong, what should not happen. The paragraph is neutral. The passage is neutral. It only describes a phenomenon, right? So the problem is with the word undue, and social is also not exactly indicated. I will take you to that particular. Right. So the part says, right, uh, a small number of metropolises, such as, as much as economic, political, and cultural power, right? So they have wielded power, right? So the word used here is cultural power. Now, in the answer option, what we see here is social influence, right? So the correct word is cultural. Now, why are we saying this is because the word social probably indicates many more features, like for example the concept of caste and class would also come if you look at social. The passage mentions cultural, so because of two problems, b cannot be. B is in fact the answer because we're looking at something which is wrong. Right. Now, look at option A. Cities have successfully altered people's minds, attitudes, and perspectives. Yes, because cities have influenced the way people think. Right. Now, if you look at C, option C, rural people are influenced. Of course, when I say influence, even if you find an influence in just one sphere, we would say they are influenced. We know that cities exert economic, political, and cultural power, which means they are influenced. So this is also something which is correct and cannot be the answer. Now, option D, this is very clearly given in the first part. Large cities, first paragraph. Let me quickly show you. Look at this part. These global metropolises resemble one another more than they do their fellow nationals in rural towns. In short, cities all across the world are becoming more similar to each other rather than the villages which are there in their own countries. Right. So the answer is B. Right. Everything else we are looking at something which is wrong. So whatever is there in the passage cannot be the